Day 20 took me from Hospital de Orbigo to Astorga. I started off early, but not quite as early as my friend Christian, who happened to be staying in the same hostel as me, yet again. He described it perfectly. When we all started on the same day, July 21st, we kind of became a cohort, and even though I hadn't walked the last couple of weeks, I still stayed on the same timeline as the people I started with. Most people like to start early in the morning, somewhere between 5:30, but personally, I like to have my morning coffee, so I get a little bit late of a start. Besides, as a guy named Oliver that I had met told me, if you want to walk at night, just stay home. Walking at night is walking at night and you miss out on the good views during the day. Starting on this stretch though, I started to notice that there weren't a lot of people on the route, at least not around me. I later learned that about 25% of people wash out after Roncesvalles, and a lot more wash out in the following days. And then in the middle, there's not a lot of people, and then it explodes at Sarria for the last 100 kilometers. That was a pretty cool garden back there that I forgot to get some extra video of, so you have to wait for the YouTube video to come out to see it. But anyway, I ran into a guy named Oliver, runs the Camino Lovers website. Ran into a few days ago. I've run into him a couple times along the way. And that guy's awesome. Like, he's just so uplifting, so encouraging. And he, 3 days ago, the naysayers are really getting to me, making me not think down on myself, but just like what I couldn't do and how this is all, all these other people can do it and you just messed up. But he's like, look, man, Camino starts at home. It's your Camino. Don't worry about it. You've got your expedition that you're worried about. You've also got your knees and your ankles. Like, it's all about you. And he's super helpful with advice. And every time I run into him, he's, hey, how's it going? How's everything feeling? And it's just, I can tell a huge mood difference between 3 days ago and now for him. So Oliver at Camino Lovers, I really appreciate you. I love what you're doing for all the pilgrims out here on the trail. Something that's funny at first along the Camino is when you start to see the next town, you get excited, but you forget it's still probably 8 to 10 kilometers away. At last I made it to Astorga, and I was honestly feeling pretty good and not hurting. After a short siesta at the hostel, I set off into town to see its beautiful cathedral. This cathedral was unlike any that I had seen so far during most of my travels in Spain, and it reminded me a little bit of the Plaza de Toros in Zaragoza. Its dark brick exterior and twin square towers really made it stand out during this entire adventure. I didn't go in though. One, it cost about 10 euros to go in, which I couldn't really justify on this day, but also it was right up against closing time, and there was a line, so I wouldn't have made it in anyway. So I just finished the day with these beautiful views from the city's outer walls.